something I've come to realise very, very recently, in fact, is the sensations of happiness that I get from my drive and my pursuit of things could not be a part of me if I don't also accept sometimes my drive and my impetus means that I'm not happy with what it is that I have. If I was given the choice of getting rid of the sensations of success and achievement and happiness that I have as a result of my agency, and in turn also part ways with the pain and the discomfort I get from beating myself up for not achieving things, I wouldn't take the trade. And I think what I would like to do in this video is just illuminate that to you if it's of any use, because I think a lot of the time we can get stuck in wallowing over the fact that we have such lofty expectations of ourselves and that this can make us oftentimes quite miserable. We can get very upset with this sensation of not being able to be happy with what it is that we have, or the fact that we're so harsh on ourselves. Much of your happiness and much of your joy is still coming from your competency, and I wonder whether you would take the trade of losing both of these things if you had it offered to you. If you ask yourself that question, if I could get rid of all of the pain I have from feeling negative towards myself when I don't achieve things, but I also get rid of all the achievements I've got that make me so happy, would I take the trade? If your answer to that is no, then fortunately enough, I think my realizations here might be useful for you, because after having seen that in myself and having felt that experience of, do you know what, I actually wouldn't take that trade, I all of a sudden can take on that discontent in a completely different way, because I can look at it and I can go, okay, this is not the existential threat I thought it was, but rather some form of just unfortunate byproduct. It provides me with an understanding of the fact that this is essentially the price that I'm paying for my competency. And when you put it like that, it somehow becomes just more bearable. This realization for me has made my discontent towards myself, when I think, why can you not be happy with this level of performance? It just puts into perspective for me that I actually want that for myself. Your pain and your happiness are both the product of your competency. If you enjoy the way that you see the world a lot of the time, when you have that sensation of thinking, I've really made something for myself, or I'm much better than I used to be, or I'm much happier than I used to be, if you would take that product, then it is worth considering that the price you pay of sometimes feeling unhappy and feeling discontent towards yourself because of your standards, it might be a pretty good price to pay. And I'm going to end this video with a quote that a very, very good friend of mine has wonderfully offered me for this, and that is that pain is inevitable and suffering is optional. Do honestly feel that when it comes to our sensations of hurting the self as to progress the self, that this is very useful, and you can look towards your discontent quite possibly and hopefully now in a way where you think, okay, this doesn't feel nice, and I wish in some way that I wasn't so hurtful towards myself, but also that trait within myself conjures a lot of things I do very much enjoy, and as a result of that, I suppose that's just going to come along for the ride. And also, when you burrow a bit further and you look into the fact that your competency and your agency sets your standards at a certain level, and because of that, when you don't reach them, or even sometimes when you do reach them, you have this feeling of discontent. When you actually look there and put the things on the table in front of you and you go, so I hold myself to such an exceptional standard that this performance doesn't fit my criteria, you're giving yourself a wonderful compliment there. And I think it's worth you actually paying some time to that. And I think when you can look towards your competency in a way where you realise that it actually affords you a lot of things you love, that certainly helped me be more willing to accept the things that I sometimes go through as a result of that trait. I hope that this video helps you with that, because as is always the case, anything that I find out that's been useful for me, I should put on here and give to you, because I want you to be happy, and the more of us that are happy, the better the world is, which is nice for all of us, because then we'll be more happy, we'll all be happier. So, if that interests you and this way of looking at things is a nice thing for you, then please subscribe, or like, or comment, or any of that stuff. It's all useful. and I appreciate it all. But more importantly, just be happy. Take care of yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. And when you are, just be aware of the fact that actually there is much of this that affords me a lot of happiness, and ultimately it's not too bad of a trade.